Hey, welcome back to the College Algebra Tutorials. This is the quick and dirty. Last time we talked about points, and well, actually we talked about arbitrary points. Remember the x1 and x2 values and the y1 and the y2 values? Well, now we're going to utilize why we did that last video. So mainly because your professor is going to give you a equation like this and say, find me the line. Not an equation. They're going to give you 2 points, point 1 and point 2, that correspond to these ordered pairs on the coordinate system here. But always keep in mind the y equals mx plus b. You never forget that formula because this will get you all the answers. Okay, so I plotted these 2 points right here. The P1 is the point 2, 4, so 2 on the x-axis, up 4. So over 2 and up 4, there's our P1 value right there. Our P2 value, 0, 0, 1. So x equals 0 is way over here by the vertical axis, at the vertical axis, comma 1, so it's 1 high. This is our P2 value. Okay, so we do have the values already. 2 points do determine a line. We've got that covered by far by now. So let's go ahead and see if we can create a line that covers these 2 points. Not quite there. Close, but not quite there either. But you can see the point where you can draw the line and it goes through both points. There we go. That was close enough. That's the wine talking, by the way. So you've got 2 points that determine a line. Now what's the equation of that line? We've done a few things to get the equations of lines based on the graph. Let's go ahead and do it the new method here. So we have point 1 and point 2. Do we know the b? What is the b value? Remember what b is? It's where it crosses the vertical axis. Boom. It crosses at P2, which is at the point 1. Don't need Java right now. So how high is this? We just measured it. It's 1. So we know that our b is 1. b is covered. That b is done. We finished that part of it. So b is 1. We can write it out here, b equals 1. But we don't know what m is yet. Remember, x and y, they're variables. They stay x and y. We don't have to worry about those too much. But what is that m value? Remember what m is? M is equal to rise over run, which means how do I get to the next point on this line? Any point on the line. But it also equals something else from our last video. It equals the distance between P1 and P2 going up and the distance between P1 and P2 going right or left. It doesn't matter which direction. So let's figure out that distance now. So P1 is right here, which corresponds to here. If I go over and I go down to P2 there, that P2y value is 1, and this one is 2, 3, 4, right? So we have a 4 here, and we have a 1 here. So what's the distance between these two? That'd be 4 minus 1 is 3. But let's write it out. Let's just go ahead and say it's in this case, the y value 1 minus the y value 2. So what do I mean by that? P1 has a value of x1, and we're just calling this for namesake, and y1. And the point 2 has x2. It's a choice. I chose x2, another x to be 0, and a y2, right? So our y1 minus y2, see that 4 minus 1? See over here the picture? 4 minus 1. Because if we're up 4 and we subtract that 1, we get the difference, which is the distance. We rose that difference, right? Which I'm going to put the division symbol there, but we're going to go on and actually do it out. So y1 minus y2 is equal to 3. I hope you see how you see that. 4 minus 1 is 3. 4 minus 1 is 3 there. Okay, now x2 or x1 minus x2 in this case, doesn't matter what you call these, just got to keep them straight. If this is a 1, that's a 1. If that's a 2, that's a 2. So our x2 value and our x1 value need to be subtracted from each other. Why? Look at the graph. So P1 corresponds to x1 right here, this 2 value. 1, 2. See right here? P1, so our x2 value, which is right here, subtract our P2 value, I know it's confusing because it's a lot of numbers, but our x2 value is 0, which is right here. So that distance, what is that distance? So it'd be x1, which is right here, minus our x2, which is right here, which will give us the distance. In other words, 2 minus 0, which is 2. So 3/2. Our m is 3/2, and we're done with that equation. So y is equal to 3/2 x plus 1. Because remember, our 1 is our b. 3/2 came from the actual graph / arithmetic with the P1 and P2. Let's see if it's 3/2. Go up 3 and go over 2, because 3 is the rise. Rise 3. 1, 2, 3, and then go over 2. 1, 2, and you're right there at another point. Go up 3, 1, 2, 3, over 2. There's another point on the line. So there we have it. That's why the point slope form, or this getting the slope, is important. See you in the next video.